Welcome back, and here I am back at Mount Rainier National Park. I've come here, kind of made this an annual pilgrimage. It's now middle of March, and I'm making my way up to Mazama Ridge, which I've been to for the past 2 winters, usually about this time of year. So I'm back for my 3rd year in a row. Not too many people. There's a few other folks on the trail, but yeah, making my way back. Looking for maybe some photography. It's going to be a mix of weather this time. So right now it's mixed sun and clouds. The temperature's about 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius. A little breezy, although not right now. And it's supposed to cool off tonight to, I guess, the low temperature 19. So what is that, -6 Celsius? So not too cold, not like my last trip when I was out at Yellowstone National Park with Morton Hilmer. We had a really cold night the first night, about 10 below zero, so what is that, minus 20 or 21 Celsius. Anyway, making my way up to Mazama Ridge. Just stopped here to get a bite, have a little snack, drink some water before I head uphill. This is actually called Fourth Crossing. And Fourth Crossing will take me here from the road. This is actually the Paradise Valley Road in the summertime. That'll take me up to the crest of Mazama Ridge, and when I get up there, I'll find a place to camp. But as far as photography, I didn't bring any really long lenses. I left my 600 and my 200 to 600 at home. I did bring a 100 to 400 zoom, but I think this is probably a landscape photography trip. We'll just see how the light looks tonight and see how it looks tomorrow morning. But it's great to be out in the backcountry, and welcome back to Mount Rainier National Park. Okay, well here I am at the camp. I've made it to the crest of Mazama Ridge here. This is actually similar to, or maybe the exact same base camp location that I had last spring. Conditions are a little different. It's snowing, so you could probably tell from the video down below when I first started, the intermittent sun and a little breezy. But now we've got pretty well socked in, and had some good snow blowing on the way on the second half of that hill coming up. But anyway, I have the Karen 3 GT, so I need to orient it the right way into the wind. Looks like the wind is coming out of the west, so I'm going to be orienting my tent this way, and I need to get a tent platform stomped out, so get busy on that and get the tent up, and then figure out what we're going to do. So it's only about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and since it's daylight savings time, we still have probably 6 more hours of daylight, so we'll see what we can get into this afternoon. But for right now, get the tent up, and maybe even have a hot drink. Well, as you can see, when I got here, it was pretty benign, sunny when we left the parking lot and made our way up here. But now we're pretty heavy snow. You can see here on the tent. I've come out and cleaned it off. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be any landscape photography tonight. The forecast is also for some wind, so I've taken my trekking poles and use them as an extra dead man just to make sure that the tent is secure. But yeah, for right now, I guess I'm just going to go in, maybe melt some more water, think about what to do for dinner. It's about 4:30, and shelter inside the tent because it's pretty nasty out here. So I'll catch you guys later. Well, good morning, everyone. It is a cool and brisk morning on Mount Rainier, and it's about 6:15 in the morning. So I think sunrise is at 7:10. Just came out of the tent, had some coffee, and made my breakfast. So yeah, the plan this morning is it's actually still snowing, still a little bit windy. You can kind of see from. Let me see if I can show you my tent here. It's probably really hard to see. Probably hard to see on this video, but we probably had about 6 inches of snow overnight, and a lot of wind. The tent was really rocking there from about 9 o'clock until midnight. It was blowing pretty good, but it's calmed down a little bit. It's snowing right now. I'm gonna maybe have one more cup of coffee and then decide what the morning's going to hold. I don't know what it's gonna. Don't know if there's going to be any photography opportunities, but if not, that's okay. It's been a great night out in the wilderness, and so just wanted to check in with you, let you know it's morning time here, and we'll see what the day brings. Well, it's another check-in, and as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit light. You get a better view of my tent here, and some of the snow that we got over the night. So it's pretty drifted in, but I'll be cleaning that up and tearing that down in a little bit. So you can look off to the east and starting to see a little bit of light. Unfortunately, unfortunately I don't see any like sunrise epic color that I've had in the past, but fortunately there is some intermittent clouds coming in and out, so I'm not in any hurry to leave, so I'm going to hang out for just a little bit. Plan to get back to the car by maybe 9 or 10 o'clock, and right now I think it's roughly around 7. I haven't checked my watch lately, but yeah, just another check-in. I've had 2 cups of coffee, had my breakfast. I'm all set for the day. I'm just kind of waiting on the light and going to see what happens. Not really getting any epic light, at least not at the moment, but I wanted to come up here and at least try and get some landscape photos. It's such a beautiful morning. Take my hood off so I can hear a little more. Such a beautiful morning after a pretty windy night, so I wanted to get out and make the most of it. So just kind of framing up a typical winter landscape, looking to the east, and color kind of comes and goes, but none right at the moment, but still just a beautiful morning here in Mount Rainier National Park. Yeah, usually there isn't a composition, or at least not one that I've been able to find, looking at Mount Rainier from here, just because we've got these row of trees here at the top of Mazama Ridge, and it's difficult to get any foreground. But I do have the 24 to 105 on, and I'm cranked all the way down to 105 millimeters. But what I did see is there's still lots of wind, and obviously even more wind up high, and so a lot of atmosphere, clouds, and snow blowing across the upper mountain. And it's kind of a minimalistic shot, just taking advantage of the contrast in color. So no foreground, just the mountain and the intermittent clouds, rocks, ice, and snow. I think it looks pretty good, and it's probably yeah, probably the best composition, at least that I've seen from here. Morning light on the upper mountain from about 13,000 feet up to the top, and then clouds and lots of atmosphere down low. So hopefully this turns out. I'm anxious to see what it looks like when I get home and look at it on the computer. Well, so making the most of this morning. Hang out for a little longer and see what else develops, if anything. Yeah, still not a ton of color off to the east, but enough change in atmosphere that I've gone back to the composition I was shooting earlier. The atmosphere in the background is a little bit different, so this allows me to get home and see which ones I like the best. I think, at least based on what I'm seeing right now, I like this one. I like the atmosphere here better than the earlier one, but we'll see when I get home. But yeah, still clouds off to the west. I was hoping to maybe get a shot using the telephoto long lens, looking down at the Tatoosh range, but it's completely socked in. So I think I'm just kind of stuck with what I've got here. So anyway, I think this is probably going to do it. I need to go back, tear down my camp, get the tent and everything packed up. I've already melted enough water for the day, so I don't need to do that, thankfully. But yeah, I'll pack everything down and head back to the parking lot. From here, it's about a mile or a little over a mile, maybe a mile and a half or 2 miles back to the parking lot. So luckily, it was quite a slog coming up with the Pulk earlier, as you saw in the video, but downhill going on the steep part this time. That can be a challenge too, but doesn't require quite the exertion. So I feel like I'm talking on and on and on. That's going to do it for this video, this annual trip to Mazama Ridge, Mount Rainier National Park. Thank you so much for coming along, and I'll see you in the next video.